It's so good. Hey guys, Dan here. You'd never guess who we are. Here with John at the Electro Harmonix booth at NAMM. So, fantastic to see you. Now, I must say, really excited about a few things that you've got on the board.
Okay.
So, can we start off with? Let's start off with Leslie's, because the Lester K, really big news. All the YouTube demos that we're hearing that feature your good self sounds fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, let's go through those.
Great. So we have the Lester G and the Lester K. So the Lester G is for guitar, Lester K is for keyboards, but you can do whatever you want. Right. So the Lester G, the main difference between them is the compressor. Okay. So the Lester G has a compressor and it has a few other kind of real tweaky things in it. So it has an expression pedal, so you can control the speed of the Leslie with your foot. So and it also has, when you don't have the expression pedal in, it has an accelerator knob. So what that does is it just controls the speed of the ramp.
Got it. Yep,
So basically,
nice,
yep. So ramp down or ramp, you can go real fast or real slow. So really, that's the main difference. But the compressor's the main thing. They both have drive controls, and they both have a balance control. So one more difference is that the Lester K is fully stereo. So it's got a stereo in and stereo out. So that's for keyboards. But you don't have to you can use it with guitar mono.
I mean, because of the smaller footprint, I'm imagining a lot of the guitar players are going to like the Lester K as well.
Yeah, and it's less expensive too.
Oh, okay.
And also, if you already have a compressor, I don't need two compressors, right? So, in fact, I have another compressor here, so we can get to that later. So you can get kind of 90% of the Lester G with the Lester K.
Okay.
But you want to hear it?
Yeah, please.
Okay, so I have it set up with the compressor on, and the drive is kind of down a little bit. So that's fast.
Oh, that's so good.
Slow. And we're running in stereo, and we don't have enough mics. But if you want to put this mic down there, maybe we can actually get a pseudo stereo.
It does. I mean,
yeah, it did not work at all.
Yeah, I don't know if that is going to work on camera, but it does sound lush. And
yeah,
I know everyone, as far as pedal geeks are concerned, that chasing that Leslie tone is a real thing, and it does sound spectacular.
Yeah, and we can add some drive to it. So the compressor's mainly so, with an organ you can just kind of it can sustain forever, but with a guitar you can't. So here's some drive and more compression. Yeah, it's got that real kind of grind. Moving to that, we can just go to the Lester K. So here's no compressor.
Yes,
but I can put compressor on it. That's a bass compressor, so it's not as squishy.
Okay.
So we can get to that a little bit. But so you can kind of get that sound. And of course, we've got a drive on here too. There's functions for fast. It can go faster, it can go slower. So the maximum speed, if we want to really get into it, is really fast. I don't think a Leslie goes that fast, but and the slowest is it'll get down there eventually. So that's really slow. Yeah, and it also has a brake feature where if you just step on it, it'll brake it wherever it is. So that's the Lester K, Lester G.
Beautiful. Okay.
Excellent.
The cockfight.
Oh wait, hold on. Let's just go to the bass preacher since
bass preacher.
yeah.
Okay, we've touched on the compressor. Let's go to the bass preacher.
Yeah, come on, we agreed on this before.
We did.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm not sticking to the plan.
So the bass preacher, it's voiced. I don't have a bass with me, but it's voiced for bass
Okay.
guitars. I did a demo of it, and you can hear it. It really lets the low end in. It kind of, and it's not that squishy.
Right.
You can get it squishy, but it doesn't have that kind of sucking sound that some compressors have.
Okay.
So that feels pretty natural to me.
Yeah. It's a fast attack.
Yeah. So it has fast, medium, and slow attacks. So.
Okay.
But it's a very simple compressor, for bass players.
Simple.
They need it simple.
They do.
Just kidding. Let's see. Oh, cockfight.
Cockfight, please.
Okay.
This looks awesome.
Okay, so here's the cockfight. I have it set up right now. I have an expression pedal in it, so let's just kind of go with that. I'm going to sit down because I'm going to tweak it a little bit. So I have it set up right now as a wah pedal. So. You thought I was going to break into something, didn't you? Yeah.
I'm not here to judge.
Okay. So it's just your standard wah pedal, but nothing will wear out in it.
Right.
Except for your expression pedal eventually.
That sounds like a really lovely wah.
Yeah, and here's a really neat thing that I really like. It's got a bottom feature. So what is going to happen is the bottom is going to stay in on... see how it empties out? The bottom just kind of is not there.
Yep.
So I can add it back. So you have this.
That is so cool.
It is cool. Yeah, it doesn't sound like a traditional wah, but it may sound like a certain era of wah. Or anything,
Well, you can dial in just that point of the bottom end that you want to leave in. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, it's pretty. I like that part a lot. It also has fuzz in it.
Okay.
And it's got a really gnarly sounding fuzz. And you can select where it goes in relation to the wah circuitry. So,
Pre or post.
Yeah, exactly. And they sound quite different. So, and also has a bias control. I'll get to that. So let's turn on some fuzz. Let me turn it down. I don't want to blow my ears out too much, even though they're totally gone. So that's the wah after the fuzz. So then you hear a volume.
Yep.
So that sounds more like a trumpet or like So and then put it after and it's a totally different sound. So this is and you can control the tone. Another feature, you can simulate a dying battery. Now I'm doing very extreme settings.
Yeah. Almost gated.
Yeah.
Yes. That is fantastic.
Yeah.
Now,
and another part of it, I'm gonna get to it. It has a talking machine in it too. Vowel sounds. Let me put it this way. Subtle vowel sounds, and without the expression pedal, then it just becomes like kind of a, if we put on the wah part, it just becomes almost like a cocked wah, So that's the idea of it was a cocked wah, and so we get that. Yeah, and the vowels. Yeah, so it's really kind of, it's got just tons of like little things to discover in it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm loving that.
Cool.
It's not an envelope filter per se when you have the expression pedal out. It's not.
It's not really an envelope filter. It's more just
Just
kind of a filter. I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
a notched filter.
no, that's fantastic. Okay, so the Crayon.
Yeah.
A little bit of controversy surrounding this pedal, just a little bit. But now, when this came out, there was a couple of pedals that came out around a mixing desk preamp type thing. Is this a similar circuit to that? It's
No.
not. It's not. Okay.
No.
That because a lot of people had that question.
Yeah. No, they're just two different pedals.
Just same name by coincidence. Okay.
Yeah.
Because from what I've heard, the dynamic range of this thing is massive. So
this?
yeah.
Yeah, it is. It's a real fun pedal. Well, let's listen to it. So, I kind of think of it as your typical, overdrive pedal. So, in this kind of your mid boost thing, and but it's really clear. So we can kind of add, subtract or add bass.
Yep.
So here it is.
So you've got an active tone stack in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
And then you can kind of add some, there's really no bad sounds on the pedal. Nice and shimmery.
Yeah. Lovely breakup.
Yeah, and that's
nice.
barely any breakup.
Yeah.
We can kind of do some. And I can max everything out except for the volume and do my best Ritchie Blackhorn. And it just reminds me of it. It's not exact sound, but it's got that kind of cool, aggressive, ampy kind of.
Really nice.
It's kind of British. And it's real fun to play. All those guitar noises that we like to hear, it's kind of. It's in there. It's great.
Loving that. That sounds great.
Cool. Yeah, and it comes in two versions. I don't know.
Two different graphics.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the difference is.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
All right.
What
Well,
else?
yeah.
So
Oh,
do
the
we do
soul.
Soul
No,
Pog?
we haven't done the soul pog.
Soul Pog. Okay, so Soul Pog is exactly what you would think it is. It's a soul food on one side and a nano pog on the other side.
Okay.
There's some unique things about it. You can reverse the order of the way they go in, so the soul food into the pog or the pog into the soul food. It has a mode switch. So basically, we figured out there's two different kind of algorithms. I'm not an engineer, but one, when it's not lit, is really fast tracking.
Okay.
And then when it's lit, it's really optimized for chords. And you really only hear it on the high octaves.
Sure.
But it sounds good. I can just demonstrate it very, very easily. So this is just the pog side. If I do this. You hear a little bit of difference.
And that
Right.
sort of,
Yeah, but
Right.
it this way tracks. There's no latency. I can't play fast. And then if you do this, it's just a little bit. It's very subtle though. You can do. It doesn't matter which way it's gonna. You won't even hear it when a full band is playing. But yeah, that's the one unique thing, and it has an effects loop. So if you want your soul food and then you want something else and then the Pog, you can do that. You can put your whole pedal board in it, so it's got an effects loop.
So, and that's between the two circuits.
Yeah, it's between the two circuits.
Nice.
Yeah, so
Very nice.
we didn't want to have it so you're just tied to those, right? And it's
when
very
you-
similar to the turnip greens, which is the
Got it. Yeah, of course. Okay.
Yeah.
And when you swap the order, you're swapping the order around the effects loop.
Yeah, I'm not. I have to do that to see what it does.
Right.
But yeah, it'll. At least I know the
Sure.
start and end points are the soul food and the Pog, and those are switched. But
Okay, very nice. Look, that is absolutely brilliant. Thank you so much for your time. It's fantastic.
right.
Like always, I mean, we always look forward to all the new Electro Harmonix things. They consistently, the last 7 or 8 years where you've had so many new products coming out, they consistently sound fantastic, consistently pushing the envelope the whole time.
Yeah.
When you brought out the keyboard style pedals and the new sized Pogs and Hogs and just fantastic. So thank you very much for your time, really appreciate it.
Thank you.
We'll see you guys soon.